Does love ever really end? Or do some love stories just drift into a void of emptiness? Today, 6 years later, I found Sadiya's old letter. But why does my name still feel so alive in every single word of this letter? The girl who couldn't survive for a moment without me is now someone else's wife. Did I lose or did our story fail? Do you want to know why Sadiya never became mine? Stay with me until the end, because this story might just leave a lingering ache in your own heart. Ashraf Ali was a simple boy from a middle-class family, and Sadiya was the guiding star of his life. The old college balcony, sharing a cup of tea on rainy days, these were the oxygen of their love. Ashraf once told Sadiya, "Our love won't be like a novel, it will be the undeniable truth of real life." Sadiya smiled and replied, "Whether it's real or imagined, everything is beautiful as long as you are by my side. But the currents of time do not always flow in one direction." Sadiya's father was an influential man. When he found out about their relationship, he summoned Ashraf and humiliated him, saying, "Build an identity for yourself, then look at my daughter. A common boy like you has no future." Ashraf was not one to give up. He began working day and night, studying and chasing a career, hoping to earn Sadiya. He wanted to bring her all the happiness in the world. But in this race to succeed, he unknowingly drifted away from her. Sadiya called him repeatedly, but Ashraf would cut the calls, citing his busy schedule. Sadiya often said, "Ashraf, I wanted you more than I wanted a career." Ashraf would only reply, "I am doing all this for you, Sadiya. Just wait a little longer." But time was running out for Sadiya. Her family decided to marry her off. 3 days before the wedding, Sadiya came to meet Ashraf one last time. Ashraf had just received his first major job offer letter. He thought he would tell her everything and promise her a life of happiness. Sitting in the park, Sadiya didn't say a word. She just stared at Ashraf with eyes filled with endless tears. In a low voice she said, "Ashraf, time is cruel. You built your identity, but my time has run out. My father is selling me off, and I have lost the strength to protest." That afternoon the sky broke into a torrential rain. Sadiya's tears and the raindrops blurred into one. Sadiya walked away, and Ashraf stood there like a statue at the street corner, his pocket holding the success letter that now felt worthless. 6 years later, Ashraf Ali has everything in life, except Sadiya. This morning, he received a packet of old letters from her. In the letter, Sadiya wrote, "Ashraf, that day I wasn't waiting for you, I was waiting for your love. You succeeded, but I got lost in the crowd of that success. Today, I am someone else's wife, but every night when it rains, I still remember the tea on that balcony. I don't know if you can ever forgive me, but please know, I never hated you." Today, Ashraf realizes that success isn't everything. Sometimes, in the pursuit of gaining something, we lose the most precious thing we ever had. Ashraf is alone now, but in every corner of his heart, Sadiya's silent tears still linger. Like this letter left at an incomplete address, Ashraf's life has turned into an unfinished story. Do you know the biggest lesson in our lives? It's that the obsession to reclaim what we have lost often makes us blind. But is it really possible to get back what has already faded away? After receiving Sadiya's letter 6 years later, my life has been caught in a labyrinth. Sadiya is someone else's wife now, yet every word of that letter still haunts me piece by piece. You wanted to know the ending of our story? In this final part, you will find the answer, one that might just bring a tear to your eyes. After reading the letter, Ashraf couldn't stay still. He went to Sadiya's address. The small town from 6 years ago had changed a lot, but the memories of Sadiya still seemed to float in the air. Ashraf stopped in front of an old house at the edge of the town. Was this the address where Sadiya was held captive today? Standing before the door, Ashraf's hands were trembling. As the door opened, the person he saw was beyond his imagination. Sadiya looked much thinner than before, her eyes filled with a profound sadness. Seeing Ashraf, Sadiya was startled. They were meeting after 6 long years. There were no words, no anger, just the language of their eyes, the testimony to all the things left unsaid. Sadiya said in a very soft voice, "Why did you come, Ashraf? Didn't I tell you that my time had run out?" Ashraf couldn't find an answer. He just looked and saw a small child playing beside Sadiya, a witness to her current life. Ashraf realized he had come too late. He had managed to conquer the world with his success, but he had no right to take away the sanctuary of the person he loved. Ashraf pulled out a few mementos from the old days, a dried rose he had given Sadiya on that rainy college day. Handing it to her, he said, "I only came to know if you are truly happy. I didn't want anything else." Sadiya wasn't crying, but her silence was heavier than any tears. She said, "Is being alive the same as being happy? I am alive, but you left my existence behind in that rainy afternoon 6 years ago. There is no way back now, Ashraf. Let our story end right here, in a beautiful incompleteness." Ashraf knew this was the reality. He didn't want to touch Sadiya again, for the pain would only burn deeper. When he stepped out of the gate, the sky clouded over again. Just like that rainy day 6 years ago, Ashraf understood that love is not just about possessing. Sometimes, love is also about letting go. That afternoon, as Ashraf left the town, there was no regret left in his heart. His bag of success was full, but in a corner of his heart, Sadiya remained a permanent memory. He kept Sadiya's letter with great care. In this very letter lay the true victory of his love. Perhaps incompleteness is the true essence of love. Ashraf Ali didn't write any new name on the final page of his story. He just kept Sadiya's name there forever. Life moved on, but in that incomplete address with every drop of rain, Ashraf Ali and Sadiya still melt into one. Love remains, it only changes its form. If you enjoyed this story, or if it touched your heart, please subscribe to our channel. To receive more emotional stories like this every day, press the bell icon so that you get notified the moment our next video is released.